Hello everyone. Today's lecture is going to be about practicing SQL queries and lookup operations using pandas data frames. I'll be covering the problems as part of today's lecture worksheet. Please pause the lecture video here and download either the PDF or docx version of today's lecture worksheet. Let me briefly talk about the code link as part of today's lecture entry. You'll observe that there are a couple of notebook files along with the database file. Worksheet notebook file is an interactive version of the same worksheet. I would strongly encourage all of you to go through all of the problems first using either PDF or docx version of the worksheet before proceeding to use worksheet notebook file. Answers to majority of the questions as part of worksheet notebook file are provided within worksheet-answers notebook file. The remaining questions are for you to practice on your own. All of the tables that we are going to go through as part of PDF or docx version of the worksheet are provided within the database worksheet.db. I've already set up the PDF version of the worksheet. Let me briefly talk about species and trees table. The species table provides code information about a couple of tree species, which are maple and pine. The trees table provides various information about trees, including priority. This particular dataset is inspired from the City of Madison dataset about trees. City of Madison maintains a priority ordering for all of the trees it manages. What sort of treatments a particular tree would receive depends on its priority ordering. The priority column as part of the trees table is directly inspired from the City of Madison dataset. Let me briefly talk about the code snippet. Line number 1 is importing SQLite 3 module. Recall that we have been using SQLite 3 module to process database files. The first step that you need to go through is to establish a connection to the database file. Recall that the connect function as part of SQLite 3 module enables you to do that. You're going to pass as argument the relative path to the database file, which is going to be worksheet.db in this particular example. The return value from the connect function is going to be connection object instance reference, which I'm capturing into the variable C. Go ahead and assume that we have imported pandas module with the abbreviation as PD. I haven't shown that particular import statement as part of this code snippet. Let me talk about the QRY function, which is very similar to the QRY function that we used as part of the previous lecture. This particular function has one defined parameter, which is SQL. It is going to take as argument the string SQL query. We are going to execute the SQL query using read_SQL function, which is part of pandas module. As an argument, we are going to pass SQL query first. The second argument is going to be the connection object instance reference. Since the variable C has global scope, I'll be able to use the variable within my QRY function here. Then I'm returning the return value of read_SQL function. I have couple of example invocations of QRY function here. Please pause the lecture video here and write a comment in the comment section stating what would be the type of the variables, species and trees. If you were thinking those would be of type data frame, then you had the correct answer to my question. That's because read_SQL function always returns a pandas data frame. Let's look at the queries here. Recall that mentioning star as part of the select clause is going to enable us to select all of the columns. So select star from species query is simply going to retrieve all of the rows within species table. In a similar way, select star from trees is going to retrieve the rows within the trees table. Let's go through question number 1 here. Observe that there are a lot of square brackets as part of question 1. The term for that is overloading. We are overloading the meaning of the square brackets here. Let's do a quick recap of the square bracket usage that we have learned so far as part of this semester. Recall that the first time we encountered a square bracket was with the list data structure. With respect to list, various operations use a square bracket. The first one is going to be creation. The second one is going to be indexing, which enables us to look up a single value within the list. The third one is going to be slicing, which enables us to look up multiple values within the list. The second instance where we use square bracket was for dictionary lookup. Recall that dictionary lookup is very similar to list indexing. The third case where we use square bracket was for pandas module series and data frame data structures. Recall that we can either use square brackets as such to look up values within these data structures, or we can associate it with .loc, which stands for location lookup, which looks up a value based on index, or .iloc, which stands for integer position location lookup, which enables us to look up a value using the corresponding integer position. Integer position in series and data frame is going to be equivalent to index within the list. You can think of the index within series and data frame to be equivalent to key within a dictionary. Let's go through question 1 here. Let's focus on the part which is about Boolean expression. We are applying the Boolean condition trees of priority greater than 90. First of all, trees of priority is going to retrieve a column series. Recall that when you extract a column or a row within your pandas data frame, your return value type is always going to be pandas series. The syntax here is data frame variable, which is trees, of column index, which is going to be priority here. What are we applying as the Boolean condition? We are saying greater than 90. Recall that that's going to return a Boolean series. Your Boolean series is going to have the first value as false, second value as true, third value as false, fourth value as false, and the fifth value as true based on this particular condition over here. The corresponding index for those values is going to come from the row index within the data frame. For the purpose of this particular example, let's assume that row index is exactly the same as row integer position. Recall that integer positions begin with a 0, so you're going to have the row index for trees table as 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the row index for species table is going to be 0 and 1 for the two rows here. What are we doing with the Boolean series? We are applying it back to the original trees data frame. We are doing that by saying trees of that particular Boolean expression. Recall that this is nothing but Boolean indexing. Boolean indexing is going to enable us to retrieve subset of the data frame where we only have rows which satisfy that particular Boolean series. So in this particular example, that's going to be row with index 1 and row with index 4 over here. What are we doing after that? We are doing a lookup operation. How can I identify that this is a lookup operation? Focus on the part that comes before the square brackets. If the part that comes before the square brackets is a reference, then you're performing a lookup, which is the case right now because we have a pandas data frame before the square bracket usage. So this is going to be lookup over here. Recall that we can use complex expression as part of the lookup operation within pandas. So we are specifying a list of values here. How do I know this is a list? Focus on the comma. What are the values here? Those are column index. That's going to be X and Y over here. When we specify a list of column index, we are only going to retrieve the values corresponding to those particular columns as a result of the lookup operation. So this entire expression over here is going to return a data frame which contains the columns as X and Y. And let's write down the corresponding row values. For the first row, it is going to be 20 and 4 for X and Y, which is coming from row with index 1 from the trees table. And then for the second row, you're going to get X and Y as 50 and 4, which is going to come from the row with index 4 from the trees table. Let me write down the corresponding index. Recall that when you perform lookup or slicing operation as part of your data frame, your row index will get retained as such. Only the integer positions will get renumbered. So you're going to end up with the return value of this particular lookup operation with row index of 1 and 4 here. The last part of this question asks you to convert this particular lookup operation into a SQL query. Let's compare and contrast data frame lookup with SQL. You can think of trees here to be equivalent to the from clause within SQL. You can consider this entire Boolean expression to be part of the where clause within the SQL query, and you can consider the lookup process to be equivalent to the select clause over here. So let me write down the query. So the query here is going to be select x comma y from, and the table name is going to be trees, and you're going to write your where clause here as where priority greater than 90. I'll go ahead and wrap up this video here. What we're going to go through in the next set of questions is that we will either go through a pandas lookup expression to look up certain values within the corresponding data frames, or a SQL query, and we are going to cover examples where we'll convert one into another. We are going to have the data set using both of those representations, which are going to be database form where we'll write SQL queries, and the pandas data frame form where we are going to write the lookup operations.